Hey everybody. Well, I wanted to show you how I make my pinto beans with ham and my leg quarters and how I season them up. Okay. First, my pinto beans are boiling. Let me show you. And all I did is put a little oil where you can melt some grease down. I put a little bit in there. I pre-soiled them, soaked them, whatever. And then I take these little I go to like to the Mexican store and get these little bouillon cubes. Caldo de pollo is chicken, I guess, whatever. You can get but I'm making it with chicken, so I need chicken flavor. So I put them in my pinto beans, two of them, and let them boil. And then I cut up a piece of bacon, um, I in the freezer, so it's right here. So I'm gonna break it up in my beans. Then I have a spiral ham. And all you do with the spiral ham, hang on, for me is just cut it across. Oh, you can't see. Okay. I'm just cutting it up. Because there's no bone, just a spiral ham. You just cut it up. I spoke too soon. There is a bone in here. That's what's up. Yay. I like the bone in my pintos, but all this meat, yeah. Look at that ham. For all you piggy lovers, just cut this whole ham up. Let's cut it up in the pot. Then for me, cut it up. Okay, it's almost done. Because you want to boil it down. I mean, not all the way down. You just want to boil it. You don't have chunks like this. Like this. No, I'm kidding. Cut those suckers in half. Oops. Cut all these pieces. Yep, fat and all. Just cut them in half. Just cut them in half. Then, okay. After you're done cutting everything up so it's flat in the pot, so you can put the lid on. That's all I'm suggesting right now, because they don't have to be little pieces, because they're going to turn into little pieces, okay? See that? Yummy, yummy, yummy for my tummy. You add some water to the bottom and set it on a low boil. Because remember, you're going to add those pinto beans to this. You can season this meat if you want to, but you don't have to, because you already baked it once with the brown sugar and the honey and the glazes. My glaze is on it. It's still on it. So once you cut it down, see, like that, and then you just put the lid on it, put it on a low boil, and let it boil. And your pinto beans are back there cooking. They're gonna take about, I gotta wash my hands. It took about, wash my hands real quick. Sorry for getting off track here. I forgot I was talking to y'all. For real. Okay, now the next thing is we have our no, not a chocolate 4. We have our leg quarters. So I'm gonna put them in a bowl. They're split. I have the butcher split them in half. See how I'm split them like that. Split them. This is the simplest meal. These split leg quarters cost $2.77. Okay, I gotta wash my hands again because I just touched that chicken. I mean, I just hate having touching on meat, touching me. So what I'm gonna do is real quick put some gloves on. I'm having one of them bipolar moments where I'm not liking something to touch me, like frosting or chocolate or raw meat. Okay. Hang on, I'm gonna put some gloves on. Because what I'm about to do is I'm gonna marinate this chicken for like, those beans are gonna take like 3 hours to soften up. Because I'm gonna put a lid on. If you put a lid on them, you're good. They'll soften up, and they'll be the beans that you need. Okay. And then all you got to do is add, since I'm not going to totally finish the video until I'm done, I'm going to come back later and make a second video and show you how all the food turned out. But right now I'm just showing you how I prepared it. Okay, so I got my split leg quarters. My hands are still kind of wet. It's dry. I should get the powdered one. Okay, so I got black pepper. So I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, for people that measure, like 2 teaspoons. I got pure garlic powder, and I know for sure that's a tablespoon. And then I have ground ginger, and I just shake some of that over the top. And then I don't have my favorite, which is Lawry's, but I got Tony Chachere's, whatever, Creole seasoning. Okay, I sprinkle that over the top. Yep, ain't no measuring. And then I take my red pepper crushed flakes, since I can't have hot sauce anymore, and I shake just a little bit. A little bit. Okay, now stir them around. Get all the seasoning on the back side of it too. Stir it around. Mix it evenly. I'll just have a patch of excuse me, a patch of red pepper in one section, and then the person gets a hot bite. Okay, stir it around. Okay, I'm gonna rinse my gloves off, because I don't want all that on my bottles that I'm about to touch. I know that sounds weird, but I don't want all that on my bottles I'm about to touch. That's all. It's not weird. So I got teriyaki sauce. Do you know all these sauces are at the dollar store? Look how big this bottle is. It's $1. I sprinkle teriyaki sauce over everything because I want my chicken just to be a little bit sweet. So that was probably 2 tablespoons. I got Worcestershire sauce. You sprinkle some over just a little bit, not a lot of that. So that's like a teaspoon of that. Then I got soy sauce. And we're just going to put 2 capfuls of soy sauce in, because this is a lot of salt. This is a lot of salt. So just 2 capfuls. Just take the cap, 2 caps full. I'm weird. I'm going to rinse off everything that's on this counter. And then we got a little bit of A1 sauce. Just a little. No, not a little. About a teaspoon or a tablespoon. Whatever. And then I have chili sauce. Okay? You don't need a lot of that. Like a teaspoon for real. Okay. So I'm turning my oven on. 350. And then now I mix the meat again. Mix it one more time. And this is how the meat should look. It's gonna be brown. Look. It's gonna be brown. Look. It's gonna be brown. Okay? And you can either use an oven roasting pan, or you can use a flat sheet pan. If you use a flat sheet pan, this is a lot of juice. You want to bake it in this juice. I marinate it and bake it in this juice. I cut up garlic. I cut up onions. And I cut up these mushrooms. You know. Okay, let me take these gloves off. Got the oven on 350, so I'm going to get a baking roasting pan. Okay, this size is good. This one right here is good. Okay. Because it's only like 6 in there. I mean, it's only me, so I don't need that much. Just had a... Okay, you got your baking pan. Rinse it out. Anything, creepy crawler anything could have been crawling in last night. Just rinse it out. So, we're going to pretend like I marinated that for 3 hours, because I'm not. Then you take your bell pepper, your garlic, And your onion. That's it. Salad. I got a lot of, oh, I got them giant pickles. Yummy pickles. Okay. All right. So I put all my containers, all my bottles in the sink so everybody can get rinsed off from the contamination of each bottle or seasoning, you know, so we rinse them off. That's how you keep a clean house, ladies and gentlemen. And put everything away you already used, because you know what happens? You forgot you used it, and you will literally put it in again. So I just put a pinch of water, you know, just to coat the bottom of the pan to make sure the pan, because it's a used pan from a catering event, and then that makes sure there's nothing leaking in the bottom of the pan. Okay. And right now, I don't want the vegetables on my meat right now. I want this meat to cook all the way through before I add any of the vegetables. Okay, so I'm gonna put each piece of meat. The pan has a little bit of water. And put each piece of meat in the pan. They don't need to touch each other. So look, I can only really get 2, maybe 3 pieces of meat in this pan, and then they start touching. So I'm gonna get the smaller piece of chicken here. It ain't small, you cut them. And yes, I do cook with the fat, sure do. Nobody died. I mean, they may have got fat, they ain't die. Okay, marinating the meat for a few hours just lets all those wonderful seasonings that you put on it just soak into the meat. That's all it does. Poke holes in your meat with the fork, not into the pan, just holes, and you can take a knife and do that too. But don't poke holes in the pan. Just in the meat. Open it up. Cooks a little faster when you do that. Just poke little holes. You don't have to really with chicken though, because chicken's gonna cook. And don't take it out if it looks like this. It needs to be. Don't take it out if it still looks like this. Put it in the oven at 350 for 1 hour, and just keep coming back and checking it. So now, what's great about this, since I already this was already marinating, then all I got to do is get a Ziploc baggie, and this can be for one of them meals when I don't feel like cooking. Oh, I got that leg quarter in there, soaking in that soy sauce, that A1 sauce. Then put all the juices in the bag. Look, put all the juices in the bag. Look at that. Woo! Lord have mercy. This after it marinates in this, oh my God. I'm gonna take these noodles right here. I keep these noodles. I love these noodles. These are Asian noodles. See these noodles? And then I bake the chicken. I don't fry anything. Then I cut the chicken up after it's been baked 350, 1 whole hour, crispy chicken. And then I boil these noodles. And then I take vegetables and cut it up in these noodles, and I add soy sauce to this mixture right here. Okay? Get you some of these noodles. Ooh. Okay, that'll be it for a meal. And remember, like I'm saying right now, you just double these. Amounts I'm saying. But now I got my marinated chicken that I'm not putting in the oven right now, and I'm putting it in the freezer after I label it. Because once it's frozen, you don't know what the hell that is. So it's best to write marinated chicken with a permanent marker. And today is I think it's the 15th, 19. Okay? And then put it in the freezer. And you should literally eat this within the next couple of days. Knock it out. Okay, now the vegetables that I'm gonna put in the oven with my chicken. Once the chicken is almost done, but I want these vegetables inside the water, floating in the water. No, okay. They smell okay. But I see moisture that I don't recognize, so guess what? We tossing these. I have to be very careful about my gut. I can't put anything in my stomach that's not clean. You know, it can't be on a mold vegetable. So I got green pepper, and all I want to do is just cut the green pepper up. I'll show you. Let me get a clean knife and wash this knife. Okay. And it's no big deal. If you want the seeds in, you can have the seeds in, but just know this: you put the seeds in, those seeds are hot as heck. I'm just doing a slow slice so you can. I'm gonna show you. That's good. Once the chicken is almost done, okay? And then you put these vegetables in the juice that the chicken has made in the oven. You don't need a lot. There's only like 3 pieces in there, so I don't need a lot. And then you take an onion. And for me, there's no certain way to cut an onion other than put it under some water as quickly as possible while you're cutting it, because the tear factor is no good. See, it's dripping water. I ran it under some water, and now I'm gonna cut strips to that too. See, like that. I'm gonna strips like that. There's another strip. That's my onion strips. Now, I like all kind of vegetables on my chicken. I like carrots. So I'm done cutting those. Remember, one person, so I don't need a lot. And then you take garlic. I like raw garlic, even though you can buy it at the dollar store, crushed garlic. All these things just add flavor to your meal, especially when you're eating alone. You know, sometimes you just want to pretend like you're at a restaurant. So, prepare a meal. Well, they ain't finna fix no spiral ham inside they pinto beans. They probably ain't even fixing pinto beans, so. Okay, the water's irritating. I hope my music's not irritating. There's a young people station down here. So I take my garlic. I just need one, because I don't like to have bites of garlic in my mouth while I'm eating something. And I do my best to cut it up in little tiny pieces. So let me show you. See my board? And my garlic's right there. Little tiny pieces. And you're going to drop it all over the chicken. See right there? Okay. One day I'll have somebody help me videotape this. That's when the chicken, we started cooking the chicken at, it's almost 4. We started to put the chicken in the oven at about 320. So I'm going to take that chicken out at 4. I'm going to check the chicken at 4:05. I'm going to check it. I'm telling you, it ain't going to be done. It'll be halfway done at 4:05. But I like my chicken baked all the way. And the marinade sauce, ooh, that's going to be heaven. I know people say pour the marinade sauce off and season it. You can't begin to, I can't even begin to tell you how I first learned how to cook. I would take butter and really margarine and rub the chicken down, and then turn around and put seasoning on it, and then stick it in the oven. You talking about heart attack? Woo, I wasn't playing. Okay, let me rinse my lid off. Okay, got my lid rinsed off. So now I can hold the camera. I can hold the camera now. Now I'm gonna put my lid on top of my beans, my ham that's boiling. See how the ham's boiling? You can add a little seasoning if you want to, but you don't need it. I added seasoning to the beans that are boiling back here. I added a little bit of seasoning. No, I didn't. All I did is add, how you turn this camera around? Okay, whatever. Okay. All I did is added the chicken bouillons to the beans that are boiling. Okay, there you go. The beans are boiling. There we go. I'm gonna get better at this. So once those beans get through boiling, I'm gonna pour that water off, and once they're soft and tender, then I'm gonna add them to this pot of spiraled ham that's boiling right here. That's simple. See, leftovers. Today's leftovers. Okay, and then I'll probably have some ginger root tea. I use this. Maybe smash it up. This is it smashed up. It's growing leaves. I'll put fresh. And then I use organic, I use organic honey. See? Organic honey. Can you see it? Maybe not. Okay, whatever. All right. Yeah, there's cupcakes everywhere. So, basically, I described how to make a simple dinner. And this is how you cut the vegetables up. See? There's the garlic. There's the green pepper. And there's the onions. And that's it. And that's a simple dinner. And I got a rice cooker, so I'm gonna put everything in the rice cooker. I'm gonna make 2 cups of rice and put it in the rice cooker with some butter, salt, pepper, and parsley. And that'll be dinner. So thanks for checking in. I hope this helps anyone. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, use your leftovers wisely. Tate's Cakes out. Jackie Tate.